Hey y'all, how you doing? It's Valerie here, and I'm up at my top ring today, and I'm going to be painting it because the paint that I bought for it when I painted it the first time has chipped. I bought the cheap stuff, so it didn't really last the way the other stuff that I used down on the fence or my T-posts on my fence in my yard has. It's held up much better, and I used the actual Rust-Oleum on it. Well, I bought some stuff off of Amazon that I've never used before as well, but it got really good reviews. It had better reviews than the Rust-Oleum. So I purchased it, and we're going to repaint this ring here. I need to get it prepped because this is where I'm going to be planting all those strawberries, so I need to get the fencing and the gate that I bought up and all that. But before I can do that, I need to get it painted. And we've got a couple of days before the rain starts again, and it's going to be mild. Even the nighttime temperatures are good. I think the lows are in the 50s tonight, so I figured it'd be a great time to go ahead and come up here and paint this. I just want to show you what I'm talking about. See how it's chipped off? I just want to repaint everything black. And then after that's done, I can work on getting the fencing done and getting my beds reformed. If you were here with me last fall, this is the bed where I dug everything up and dug out a bunch of rocks and put good soil back in. If you weren't here with me last fall, this ground was particularly rocky, and so I had to, and the plants were growing up here, but they weren't thriving. So I dug out all the plants, kind of dug out a crater, and filled it back in with good dirt. This right here is the pile of stone that came out of there. And we didn't dig up the whole area. We just dug up about from there to the fence or to the post. So that's only about a 1.5 foot section. And I would say it's about 8 foot worth. So 8 by 2 on each side of the ring. So we didn't even dig up the whole ring. And that's the amount of stone we took out of that section alone. I reburied my plants up here. So far, they're not looking great. However, it is still early, so I know last year, for instance, the grapes were one of the last things to start to leaf out in the spring. I thought that they were dead, but it just takes them a while to start to leaf out. My little mini raspberry bushes I put up here, I'm not going to lie, they look dead. But also, I was just at Lowe's looking at their raspberry bushes, and their raspberry bushes look just as dead as mine, so that gives me hope that mine are still alive. Which I wouldn't just pull them out of the ground anyways, until I was 100% sure that they were dead. So, in the spring, whenever it's a little warmer out and I see all the wild blackberries start to leaf out, then I'll start keeping a closer eye on these ones up here. But in the meantime, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to repaint this up here. And that way we can get the fencing on and reform the beds, because I'm going to use that stone that I pulled out of the ground to make my beds in this ring. But the first step is getting everything painted, so that's what I'm going to do. So let me go get my supplies and set my camera up and
gardeners know how the story flows. It's time to plant some seeds. Ready, set, go. Whole couple rows, 'cause another garden's what we need. And when I plant it, then I got to put the tag on it. Cross-pollinate it, then I got to put the bag on it. I'll be glad once I get to see the blooms on it. And when I grow it, I know.
I did buy one of these handy handle things to use with my cans, because it's going to make the spraying that much easier, and hopefully my thumbs won't.
I'm gonna brag on it, 'cause I pull those weeds till my fingers bleed. My garden blooms for me. Using compost, give them what they need. The love is play.
So this nozzle thing works great. I will never go back to not having one if I'm able to avoid it. It was about 13 bucks. It made the job go so much quicker. And I just wanted to let you know that I use the Maximum Rust Protection Krylon, and it's a all-in-one paint and primer, and it's made to go over rust and that kind of thing. So it was made specifically for this kind of job. And I'm done. And I only used 2.5 cans, well, not even half a can. Last time I did this, I used 5 cans, so I don't know if it's the quality of the paint or if it's this little spray nozzle making it easier. I kind of have a feeling it's this nozzle because it sprays so smoothly. I would highly suggest, if you've got to spray paint something that's very big at all, get one of these handles. They have them at Lowe's, they have them at Harbor Freight, you can get them online. This took way less time than I expected, but I'm so glad to have it done, so that way we can get to the next step soon, which will be putting the fencing up and building my gate. All right, I know that this was a short one, but that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you in the next one. Bye.